smash my card. Supposed to be subscribing. Hello, and welcome to my show. Today we will have Elizabeth Yerxa with us.
Thanks, Oprah. You can actually call me Betty.
Okay, sounds great. So let's get right into the interview. So, when and where were you born?
I was born August 18th, 1933.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about your family?
Well, I am the second daughter. I have a sister as well. I married my husband, Ransom Pratt, on March 30th, 1958, and I love him dearly. He is such a huge support to me and everything that I've been striving to do in my career.
Okay.
I have 3 wonderful children. They've all actually gone on to get advanced degrees as well, so I'm very proud of them in their educational pursuits.
Great. So, why did you choose OT as a profession?
Well, we actually had a neighbor who had atheoid cerebral palsy, and I became interested in learning more about him, and particularly in how he experienced his life. I decided to become an OT when I was 16 years old. My interests were unusually broad, and they ranged from people, human sciences, philosophy, spiritual values, helping others, and working with my hands and reading. So naturally, OT seemed like an interesting profession for me due to those values. I was a typical girl who loved reading magazines. I was always reading and always interested to learn more. There was an article actually in 17 magazine describing the profession of occupational therapy, and that's when I had that aha moment of where I realized this is exactly what I want to do.
Okay, so where did you receive your education?
Well, I began my education by receiving a bachelor's degree. I got that in occupational therapy, but then proceeded to enter into a doctorate degree in educational psychology because I wanted to teach. And I did that in 1966. My dissertation was concentrated on social attitudes. I'm very passionate about making the disabled community feel included and reducing that negative social stigma.
Okay, so what did you have in mind when you attended USC?
Well, when I enrolled in USC in 1948, I had one goal in mind, and that was to prepare me for an interesting job that reflected my personal objectives and interests. You see, I wanted to research, and I had this inquisitive mind. I just wanted to learn more about occupational therapy and how I could make a difference, and I had all these ideas to change practice, so I wanted to teach and do research at the same time.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So how did you come to this vision of occupational science?
My interest began when I started to work with children with cerebral palsy. Occupational science recognizes that within participation in daily activities, there's something inherently powerful and essential in the creation of satisfying, healthy lives. Occupation, as used here, does not refer to only employment, as is commonly thought, but it also is applied to all those daily activities that occupy your time. It is a renaissance of service to humankind through knowledge.
Okay, so what does practicing occupational therapy authentically mean?
Well, first of all, it means understanding and using an array of media or activities that will appeal to the client's interests, needs, and goals. So you really want to get them engaged in the therapeutic process and understand what they like to do. It also includes collaborating with the clients to select and engage in personally meaningful activities for them to do during their session.
Okay.
Using our specialized skills as an occupational therapist and the knowledge that I have to expose clients to a variety of experiences that help them to try out new options that they hadn't known of previously, to learn their strengths and their limitations, and to strive to become their own truest selves. You see, learning and blending current, solid science with genuine interpersonal connection and caring gives occupational therapy a distinct and interesting aspect to provide to the therapeutic session.
Okay.
Giving our time and attention to be truly present with our clients and ever respectful, caring, and positive and genuine is very important to me.
Okay. So what influenced you to write the Slagle lecture, Authentic Occupational Therapy?
Well, in 1966, I published the Slagle lecture entitled Authentic Occupational Therapy. I wanted to highlight the concept of autonomy throughout the lecture. In my vision, authentic occupational therapy is based on a commitment to the client's realization of his own particular meaning. So authentic occupational therapists recognize that although initial dependency might require a temporary suspension of the patient's rights to choice, the therapeutic experience is primarily an opportunity for self-actualization. Therefore, The occupational therapist does not force his value system upon the client, but rather, through using his skills and knowledge as an occupational therapist, it exposes the client to a range of possibilities which constitute their external reality. The client is the one who makes the choice. And I actually was given an Eleanor Clark Slagle Award in lecture, and I was just going to explain what that is a little bit, because that's what, I wrote it on. And that award is an annual event, that honors an American Occupational Therapy Association member who has made a unique and substantial contribution to the body of knowledge of our profession through scholarship and clinical practice. It was given to me because of the research in authentic occupational therapy.
Okay, so throughout your profession, exactly where have you worked?
Well, I worked in several places. First, I worked at an orthopedic hospital in Los Angeles, at their outpatient clinic for children with cerebral palsy. I worked in a mobile unit providing therapy to children with cerebral palsy in rural areas of the Mojave Desert. You see, this was different and interesting, and I enjoyed it because I was able to see a diverse population because I was moving around all the time in the mobile unit going to different areas. And it allowed me to get to know different people's personal and cultural values. Due to my background in education from my doctoral degree in educational psychology, I decided to become a clinical instructor at a rehabilitation center at Rancho Los Amigos Hospital. After I had years of experience as an occupational therapist, my inquisitive mind yearned for more. I became an assistant professor at USC and became the chairperson of the Department of OT, and respectfully ended my career there until my retirement.